Hello and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be discussing animal exploitation and viruses, and discussing in what ways animal exploitation can lead to various viruses. Obviously in the context of coronaviruses it is particularly relevant. So today we are taking on Chesterfield. As you can see, we're up to third spot in the league at the moment, so it's going pretty well, as you can see. Top 2 is what we need to get an automatic promotion spot, but getting even just in the top 6, between 3rd and 6th, will get us a playoff spot. It's all very close though, as you can see. We're still only 2 points, 1 point clear of 7 spots, so it's quite tight. It's getting interesting. We've had a good run as of lately. As you can see here, we've got win, win, loss, draw, win. Not bad, 3 wins from 3 games, so that's 10 points from 5 games, so it's quite good at the moment. So today's topic is animal exploitation and viruses. It's an important topic to discuss, and a topic that's massively overlooked, especially in the current context. So right now we are in a situation where we have the coronavirus pandemic spreading around the world. Thousands and thousands of people have been affected, thousands of people have died. So it's a very serious situation, and no one really knows how things will unfold from here. So it's a time of massive uncertainty, and a lot of people are concerned and worried. And obviously you should follow, the health advice that officials and experts are giving in your particular region. But one thing that's massively overlooked, and I imagine will still continue to be overlooked even after the situation passes and we're seeing a decline in cases and the pandemic comes to an end. And I think what we will see is that animal exploitation as a major cause of viruses throughout human history, in fact. Which includes the Spanish flu, which includes many of the viruses which wiped out much of the Native American population. I think that will be massively overlooked. Will continue to be massively overlooked. Here's Symes with a chance. Bird's a new player, actually, I've got to say. We've got him through the Youth Academy, and he's done quite well so far, so I'm starting him on a regular basis now. So we're in March 2016 or 2017 now, I think it is. I'm not sure exactly which year it is, but it's March basically. So we have about a third or a quarter of the season to go. So we're in with a real shot of getting up to the championship. My dream remains to win the Champions League. But of course in the real world, sports and many activities aren't going on at the moment. And that kind of leads me back into my original point, to the key point, which is many viruses have been caused because of animal exploitation, intensive animal farming, whether it was in a more traditional sense in terms of keeping a lot of animals, say in a given pen for example, or here's a chance for Phillips, oh good save, or of course with factory farming nowadays is a massive factor in leading to, that's a good chance there, a massive factor in leading to the sort of situations we're in right now. Of course the live animal market is seen as the origin, potential origin at least, of the coronavirus. Now, to be honest, obviously we don't really know the exact details. But even if it wasn't the original cause of it, it certainly helped it to spread between humans and non-human animals. And clearly, moving forward, we are increasing the risk of these sorts of events occurring again. And also antibacterial resistance is also a separate issue to viruses. But yeah, so we are looking at a lot of problems continuing into the future, and of course with climate change that will likely worsen the situation. So animal exploitation has throughout history led to many viruses. Most of the viruses that have taken so many lives that we know throughout history came as a result of either humans eating animals or just exploiting them en masse in intensive farming. Either way, the killing and consuming of animals is a massive factor in this, and it can't be overlooked. I mean, some people might be tempted to say, well, it's wrong to discuss this because of the situation, but I think that's sort of, saying that it's inappropriate and so on. I think that is the same logic as the sort of pro-gun lobbyist and many Republican politicians in the US would use with regards to gun legislation. After a tragedy happens, they say, oh, it's not time to discuss it now. Well, when is the time to discuss it? Especially when you know that this is a cause of it, just as a lack of gun legislation in the United States is a major factor in what, obviously, the leading factor in why There's Bird again on the ball. And why gun violence happens in the United States on the scale that it does happen. And, you know, with regards to animal exploitation, that is a major factor in viruses and disease spreading around the world throughout history, and will continue to be a major issue as long as we are exploiting animals in the way that we are and eating animals in the way that we are. So the bottom line is we have to change how we're doing things, and this has to be questioned, and we cannot overlook this, because this is the reason, you know, animal exploitation is the reason why so many people have died over the centuries and over the generations, and unnecessary deaths. There's a goal. Here we go, 1-0 up. And who has scored this one? It was Key. So Key, he's I think he's their top scorer this season anyway. What a great goal from Key there. 1-0 up against Chesterfield as we near half time now. But yeah, so it can't be overlooked. It has to be something that has to be discussed. You know, obviously, you know, a lot of people are going to have disagreements with regards to, there's Bird on the ball now, with regards to, you know, how we should, you know, what the adequate response is to move forward in terms of, you know, stop eating animals or stop exploitation of animals on the scale that we're doing at it. Obviously, I would be in favour of that, those sorts of measures, but I obviously understand that most people aren't. But, you know, at the very least, a discussion has to be had, because it's again, like, it's massively overlooked. You know, it's. I think animal exploitation is in many ways the elephant in the room with so many different issues, whether it's climate change, you know, so many greenhouse gas emissions, more than all global public transportation combined, comes from livestock farming. And is that a penalty? No, I thought it might have been. Half time. A good half though. Anyway, 1-0 up, and that's the sort of situation we want to be in. A win here today will put us, you know, even in a stronger position than we already were. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic at the moment with our situation in League One. We definitely could be up in the Championship, and then dare to dream of getting to the Premier League. Premiership could be awaiting us in the not so distant future. Here's Bird, could be a first goal. Oh no, but Simon's on. No, not enough power on it. Bird almost scored in his debut, by the way, and this is like a youth academy player. He's like 18. He's, you know, he's a low overall rating, but he's doing superb as far as I'm concerned. And he, you know, he's starting him a lot of games, or he's bringing him on from the bench, and I think deservedly so. So yeah, I think with regards to animal exploitation as well, yeah, it's an elephant in the room when it comes to climate change. It's an elephant in the room when it comes to ocean dead zones, deforestation, and many different human health problems. You know, with regards to heart disease, cancer, and so on, and all of these major issues. You know, animal exploitation, or rather, in the case of human health, the consuming and eating of animals. But also, you know, in the context of how they've been raised as well. You know, it's extremely processed food. A lot of food is processed nowadays. It's not just meat, of course, but meat is a massive issue when it comes to. Here's a chance for Key for a second goal, and that's 2-0, and that should be that. It looks like we're going to get our 3 points here today, and this has been a solid performance here from Burton Albion today. Second goal, go over a hat-trick now. But yeah, so it's an important issue, an important topic that needs to be discussed more. Animal exploitation / the consuming of animals and animal products. It's overlooked because a lot of people don't like the idea of changing the way that we live. I mean, you know, you can see from the panic buying, people are freaking out at the moment with coronavirus, which is obviously understandable to a large extent, but at the same time, it shows that as societies around the world, especially in the developed world, we're not ready to cope with you know, the sort of major changes that, you know. Oh crap! Didn't see that coming. Bird on the ball, so Bird's coming off for a substitution. I might give him a chance to have a shot on goal, see if we can give him an opportunity. And we mightn't get an opportunity, to be fair now. It looks like it's not going to happen. Um, yeah, it's a topic that needs to be discussed more because, um, you know, societies aren't able to deal with these sorts of changes, and it shows that we have a problem in coping with difficult situations, and we're going to have even more difficult situations in the years to come because of climate change. And obviously, the more we consume animals and exploit animals, the more of a problem that's going to become. And you know, it's it's something that's, again, it's massively overlooked, and we can't continue to overlook these issues, because if we do, well, we're going to reap the consequences. And coronavirus, whether or not it's directly resulting from animal exploitation, does result in countless viruses, and has resulted in countless viruses throughout history, and will continue to result in many viruses. You know, whether it was swine flu, bird flu, mad cow disease. I mean, all of these different viruses and / diseases. I mean, they're coming about because we're exploiting and killing animals. If you live in an alternate world where we aren't doing that, all of these problems aren't emerging. Millions of people who have died wouldn't have died. So we have to think about these things. Like, here comes Bird now. Can he find a way through? Oh, almost. His time will come. He'll get a goal. He's only young and he's only new, and his opportunity will come. Could it be now? This is it. Bird has scored. Oh, what a goal it is! Well done. Oh wow, well done. There's some words to echo through history. Bird has scored. There's a famous moment in sports history right now. Great goal as well, great finish, power, confidence. He knew that was the moment and he took it. 3-0, we are absolutely flying. And now here he comes off. Yeah, it's quite sad to be applauding virtual players, but whatever. So he's gone off now. So McGurk and Reid are coming on now. Reid, great player. I definitely think we can get into the championship. I definitely think we're on our way to promotion this year. I can feel it. And now we're 3-0 up. See, we don't even need to go defensive at the moment because, we can afford to take some risks. I prefer to keep clean sheet though. So we are 3-0 up at the moment. Now we're just playing it around, taking our time. Oh, some good football at the moment. Ooh, couldn't keep it there though. Phillips gains it back though. Well, it's been a good game, this one. 3-0 up now, we're cruising at the moment. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, basically to conclude my points, animal exploitation, it's a massive factor in leading to viruses and diseases, and there are so many other problems that can arise from it. Key's on a hat-trick. No, he's not going to get his chances. Okay, that was not intended, and that was just a waste. And now Key will definitely not get his hat-trick. But he's had other hat-tricks, so he won't mind too much. But yeah, listen, we've got to take these issues more seriously. We've got to, in the context of animal exploitation, we've got to consider that exploiting and killing animals and eating them, it has very serious consequences, and it's not on par with just all the countless other issues. It is a very specifically notable issue. It's not just like it's not like plants are causing the same amount of viruses as killing eating animals is causing. There is a difference, and that has to be acknowledged. Killing and exploiting animals is a particular problem, and it is a problem that is especially substantial. It's not just one of the many issues we have. It is one of the biggest issues we have in the world. The direct burning of fossil fuels, animal exploitation is right up there, if not above that. I don't know. I mean, it could even be considered the biggest issue in the world. I mean, you know, combining everything, combining the suffering caused to animals, the environmental impact, and the impact on human society and our civilization, both in the short term and the long term. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again next time. And I shall have a hypothetical scenarios video coming up later this week, probably on Friday. So see you again soon, and thanks for watching.